Hasn't said to me yet.
Welcome to... I feel like we need a jingle or something at the beginning.
Well, I can't sing and you can't sing, and it's the only thing that we can't do that's the same. Does that make any kind of sense? Otherwise,
I could play the tambourine or something. I'm not very musical, unfortunately. I could do a jig.
I've come in with my glass of, well, I want to say mimosa, but I haven't got any alcohol in there because I've got too much to do today. But cheers. Celebrating.
I'm going to cheers you with my cup of tea.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
You in person. Next time we're going to meet is in June. Cannot wait for that.
I know. There'll be lots of champagne flowing then. Ladies, welcome to the Limitless Brunch, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
What do you know?
I did not know that. It's a good day. Do you know, welcome to everybody who's new in the Limitless CEO. Yeah. We've had a flurry of gorgeous new women arrive this week. How exciting is that?
We have, ladies. Yeah, if you're catching us live for the first time, please do say hello in the comments, because we'd love to know also like where you are joining us from. Where in the world are you, or where in the country are you if you're with us in the UK? But I know we've also got ladies from all around the world, so please do let us know where you're tuning in from, and likewise if you're watching on replay, we still would love to know, so let us know in the comments.
Should we do a bit of a quick intro, really briefly? There's so much about us in here, you can go and find out, but you have to go first, because I can never get it right if I go first.
Totally throws Ali off. So I'll start then. Hi, ladies. My name is Em, and I'm one part of the Limitless CEO coaching duo. And my role within our dream team coaching, as our clients have very kindly called it, is to do all of the online strategy and growth strategy and brand creation for the ladies in our world. So that's very much my role. I'm the one that basically gives you like the vision and then creates a solid strategy and a step-by-step path to help you to walk towards that vision. So I basically lay down those steps for you to walk. And Ali here looking super glam in her emerald green today. That color is fab.
Oh, do you know what? And ladies, for those of you who don't know, Em was my coach, and I couldn't see where I was going. I just knew what I loved, what I was doing, and Em gave me a vision that I was like, oh my God, you've just opened up a whole new world. And I'm going to walk that path that she laid out for me. And I went running along it. And what I bring to this duo, can't speak, blah, 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 this duo coaching partnership is the energetics. It's the ability to run fast, to clear the path, because there are so many hurdles that can trip us up, that can make us fall over, can leave us feeling exhausted, that we don't want to get back up, we don't want to carry on, that we want to give up, and we just stop following that path towards our dreams or creating that vision that we want. And we hold ourselves back. And I'm there to help you to clear that shit out of the way, to leapfrog over the hurdles, to dance over those pitfalls, and just to keep going towards where you want to go.
Ali has you skipping down the path.
And for those of you who don't know, this is Rocky. This is our mascot. He likes to sit on my lap when we do talks. He'll get down in a minute, but he likes to say hello. And then when we say goodbye, he'll jump back up again because he thinks that there's somebody at the door. Oh, look, I've got really bad static on my boobs now. Rocky.
No, wardrobe malfunctions.
Wardrobe malfunctions. Sorry, everybody.
I went for cozy knitwear today. I thought it was supposed to be sunny and it's not. It's miserable outside here. What's going on? Anyway, we're not here to talk about the weather, ladies. You will have seen that we've been doing a lot of celebrating. We love to celebrate. Celebration is like an anchor for us. It helps us to create memories along the way, which I think is really important when you're in business, that sometimes you don't always like remember those milestones. But you know, if you celebrate it, you do remember those memories that you make in the celebration.
We do. So, and we've actually got somebody online. I'm just having a look. We've got ladies watching us. So I'm just checking out. Hello, Carly, celebrating you. You've taken everything that you've learned from Fully Booked and literally just smashing it out the park. So celebrating you. So I'm so happy to have you in our world. It feels like we've only just met and you've just like dived straight in and swimming with us. I'm loving that.
Yeah, I love it.
We've got Rachel. She's in Henley on Thames. She must live around the corner from you.
Hi, Rachel. Is that Rachel Dobson? I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing?
And we've got Lorati, one of our gorgeous, gorgeous private clients, and so celebrating you. I'll box a message this morning. You've come so far in 6 months, and just celebrating everything that you are, everything that you're creating, celebrating your vision and what you're creating. So cheers to you, Lorati, lovely.
Cheers to you all, ladies. Thanks for being here. So the reason for all the celebrations then was we wrapped up our first 12 months in business as a duo coaching team. Sorry. For those of you that do know us, we did have our own individual businesses beforehand, and we decided to go all in together last year. And basically I've been quite mind blown really about everything that's happened since we made that bold decision. And basically we wrapped up our first 12 months in business at a multiple 6-figure revenue mark, which was really exciting for us, because we came into this saying, can you imagine how amazing it would be if we could, scale in our first 12 months as a new brand from 0 to 6 months in a year? And in fact, we ended up doing that in just 6 months last year. So we'd already done that in the first 6 months. And then when we did our numbers,
we were a bit like, oops, how do we do that? We've done it already. We've set this goal. And
yeah, we didn't actually realize until we'd actually gone past it. I think by the time we actually worked out the numbers, we'd kind of whizzed past without even realizing, which was mad, because you think like, oh, this is this really elusive number that you're trying to hit on the mark. And yet when it actually happens, you never actually do hit it on the mark. Something happens and you actually end up like jumping right over the top. And anyway, that's how it happened for us. And then when we did our numbers again, it was a case of, oops, we've done it again, because we realized that we'd actually surpassed that 6-figure mark again in the last 6 months. So that is a big celebration for us. And we really say that to inspire you, because if we can go from nothing to that in the space of a year, then so can you. And we're here to help you, as we said at the beginning, lay out that path and help you walk that path. And one of the reasons we want to come in here today is to actually talk about how. A lot of people have said, well, how? It's often the question we get asked, isn't it? Is
how? And actually, even I asked you that question. How do we
do that?
I'm just saying that Victoria, gorgeous Victoria, another one of our gorgeous private clients who's taken our Well Balanced Business program, is watching, and I know she's just been in Marrakesh. So I hope you had an amazing time. You had a gorgeous wardrobe. I'm telling you, you always look amazing, Victoria. But thank you. Yes, I do like this green actually, apart from my sticky boobs.
Static.
Right, so what are we going to talk? We're going to give you the how. We're going to touch on there are 7 things that we've been doing a lot of reflection this week. So these are the 7 key things that we believe that are going to help you going forward in everything you do. And also all of these hows help you. One of the biggest questions is, how do you do it when you've got families? How do you do it when you've got so much else going on in your life? And honestly, one of the best things that has helped me is what we're going to take you through is this framework that Emma's going to give you now and gave me. And it just helps when you know what you're doing and how you're doing it and what's important. You don't get distracted in any of the other crap that you think you should be doing. Yes. And it like gives you more space to be like, right, I'm going to focus on that and that and that. And then my family is like everything else for me, but I have time to do all of these pieces. So it was quite a liberating feeling. Rather than trying to juggle it all, it was like, I've got a structure and a plan. And you can probably tell I'm kind of like a bit of a chaotic kind of person, but I do have incredible amounts of structure in me to allow me to be this crazy.
I love that. So
script.
Yeah, I think so. This framework actually is something that I had to create for myself in the beginning, because when I first came into this industry, even though I'd had a long career in marketing beforehand, the online space was alien to me. So I was learning things all over again for the first time. And there was so much noise in the industry, like, this is the way to do it. This is the way to grow an online business. This is the way to scale. Like, do you do it this way, that way? And I was literally like a deer in headlights. I took so many programs and courses in all the things. I literally tried, I feel like I've tried everything. I really do. And it was almost like this buffet of strategies that were always going to be, you know, the one thing that was going to create that success and catapult you into the stratosphere and, you know, all that crap. But I just got to a point where I was like, I feel like there's like there are core strategies that is important in any online business as like your foundations. And I remember like when this idea first came to me, I was having an extension built on my house, and I was sitting there and I was trying to work out something on my business one day, and I had these amazing blueprints of our extension, like an architectural blueprint next to me. I was like, oh God, if only it was as easy as that. If only I had like a blueprint for business, like that kind of plan where, you know, somebody could just come along and take that and build it in that way. And I thought, you know, actually building a business is not that different to building a house. Like you still need to have those fundamental foundations in place. You still need to have the structures and the systems and the support and, you know, that framework that is going to enable you to scale. Ultimately, you know, if you were coming into business, or sorry, if you were coming into building a house in the way that some people come into business, it would literally be the equivalent of inviting a bunch of, you know, mates to come in and slap a few bricks and mortar around and hope for the best. And that, in my humble opinion, is not the best way to grow a business. So basically I created a business blueprint for an online coaching business myself, based on everything that I had learned. And this is what I gave to Ali when we first started working together. And she used it to grow her business exponentially in the first year from, I suppose, what was, in your own words, Ali, an expensive hobby. And she turned that into consistent 30K months as a wellness coach. And we've then used this same framework again as we've come into business together. So the framework hasn't changed. And I think this is the really interesting thing. This framework is as powerful and as true today as it has ever been. The only difference is like sometimes the way in which we go about some of these strategies, and the way in which we've amplified them. Maybe Ali, you can explain a little bit about amplification, because I know that's your bag.
Amplification is just the energy. It's just the energy that you bring to it. It's an amplification is what making it bigger, making it bolder, making it better. It's about looking at it and saying, okay, I've done it. How can I improve on it? How can I make it better? Rather than going, well, that didn't work. It's about saying, okay, this is where we are. What can we do next? How do we improve on it? What's next? And just keeping on going. I keep saying, it seems to be my phrase of the week, but evolution is our middle name. It's kind of, this is the evolution of the framework, and the evolution isn't in the framework itself. As Em said, it's the way in which you come in. It's the content that you put into it. It's the energy that you put it into it. It's about how you go round it and round it and round it and improve it and improve it and improve it. And you go quicker and quicker. And that is what creates the energy that amplifies everything that you do. And the energy is what magnetizes people to you. And what I would say is one of the best ways to create this energy, the best way to create this magnetism, is by putting in your passion. It's about what lights you up, what makes us excited. It's what made Heal Yourself Happy grow. It's because I was so passionate about health and happiness. What has helped Em and I grow the Limitless CEO is we're so passionate about what we do in helping women and how we go about doing it. That is what makes the magnetism. And you can probably see the difference in the way that Em and I do things. It's like Em is going to give you this structure that makes you feel safe and firm and held and ready and confident. And then boom, we come in and we go, right, let's fill it with the greatness that you are. Yeah. You don't need to know anything.
Literally put like a firework underneath it and just like boom, put it on steroids, blow it up, whatever you want to do, but just like light the fire underneath it. I think that's the best way I can describe energy, is like you fuel your fire.
Yeah, light the fire under it by lighting the fire within you. It's what lights you up. You put that in it.
Yes. All right. So the framework then, what are the actual strategies then that were part of the original blueprint and are still part of our core strategies today? The first one, then, the 7 I'm going to take you through. There's actually 6 that kind of sit around the outside. I've actually got a graphic for this, which I can share with you later. It's the shape of a Metatron's cube, which was my original business logo for this reason, which represented, it's a geometric shape that represented the business blueprint. But there's 6 around the outside, and there is 1 at the very core, and we'll let you know what that one is at the end, because it's the one that actually filters and trickles into all of the other pieces. But the first one then, the strategy that is really important in the beginning is your brand movement and message. Okay, brand movement and message. And this is where you get to create like your mission and your vision and something that is bigger than just you, that people are going to get excited about. They're going to want to be a part of. And I know this is the place where a lot of people struggle, is in the beginning. It's like, how do I articulate what I'm all about? Like, what is it that's going to make me stand out against all of the other coaches out there in the industry doing the exact same thing? It's this. It's your brand movement and it's your message. It's the way that you articulate the movement. And the movement is very much like it's the why behind what you do. Okay, it's the reason why you do it. It's the outcomes, the passion, the destination that you're going to take people to. And then your message is where you construct and articulate that. So this is very much, for those of you who took our Curator and Creator program, this is what it's all about. It's curating your brand internally, so you've got clarity on who you are, what you do, how you do it, who you do it for, all of those good things. And then the creation bit is like how I birth that into the world and share that with people in a way that gets them as bloody excited as I am about it.
And the unique piece, how do you amplify it? If we're going to talk about the energetics piece, is that's you. Your brand is you. That's what makes it sustainable. It's about you bringing you, your energy, your passion, your love into everything you're curating and that you're creating. God, I always find that hard to say, curating and creating, because that is what's going to make you stand out. You don't want to be the same as everybody else. You want to be you, so you bring your uniqueness into that, and that's when you stand out and differentiate yourself. And through that program, we help you do that. But that's what we've done. What are our unique qualities? Well, the fact that we're a duo, the fact that we're very wildly different, the fact that we live apart, everything that we do, that's what makes the Limitless CEO as a duo coaching brand unique within a very, very, well, it's a huge market now, small in the UK, but growing rapidly, growing bigger. How do we stand out in amongst all the noise? Mm-hmm. Well, you get loud and you get bold and you get brave. And your reason why you're loud and you're bold and you're brave is because you know exactly who you are, what your movement is, what you stand for, so that you can amplify it and stand out there and stand at the forefront and go, this is me, this is us, this is what we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When we first came together as a duo, we launched the Well Balanced Business, and it was like, we didn't at that point know that we were going to come together permanently as a duo, but we were running a program together. And it became apparent towards the end of the first round of the Well Balanced Business, where we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, we've got something really special here in this duo coaching energy where the strategy meets the energetics. But it felt as though the Well Balanced Business wasn't our whole business. It was a really key part of it. Like the whole building of, you know, the strategic piece of business was really important, but it felt like our mission and our movement was a lot bigger than that. And that's where we went back to the drawing board and we're like, okay, what is our movement then? And that's when the Limitless CEO was born. And it became about more than just business strategy and marketing. It became about us helping women to, you know, create businesses that they love and a life that they're madly in love with. It became about, you know, how we create wealth and freedom and happiness and health within that as well. So what was the Well Balanced Business as a brand became the Limitless CEO. And that was us putting our brand on steroids and amplifying it in a way that we have been able to create so much more under that umbrella than we would have been if we were just a business program.
So if answering the question how, this is an answer to number one. Go back to your brand. Are you still aligned with it? Are you still on a mission? Do you believe in your mission, and have you got a movement? And if you haven't, this could be the missing piece of what you're trying to create.
Yeah. And also, are you confident in your message? Can you articulate what you're all about to somebody? If I say to you, so, hey, what do you do? Is it like, I do this, I do this, and I do this, and I do this? Like, do you feel like you can articulate exactly what you're here to do and why you do it?
So
That's the test.
ask me. Go on, ask me what.
Teacher's pet here. Ali, what is it that you do?
I'm a mind master and an energetics coach, and I help women create a business and a life that they are wildly in love with. That's it.
Love that. All right. So the next core strategy then that is fundamental in scaling online is your social media engagement and your commitment to your social media. So this, where do I start with this? Such a huge topic, isn't it? But this is all about, okay, once you're clear on your brand and you've got this movement and message, you want to share it with the world. It's like, this is the process by which we take everything that we're about, our values, our story, our content, and we share it online. And I remember having this realization quite recently that when you create a piece of social media content, when you actually write it and go through that process of writing it down, you're doing it for you. When you then post it on the internet and you share it on social media, then you're doing it for somebody else because you allow them to tap into your knowledge, your inspiration, your passion, your energy. And this is a part of understanding social media and how the social media landscape works. If you haven't watched the social media landscape, the social landscape masterclass that's free in this group, I highly suggest you go and do that because it's an incredible session on actually understanding like how to navigate social media. Like, what do I post where? And, what kind of content is going to get engagement? And, how do I feel confident showing up and being visible on social media as me, as myself?
Should we talk a bit of energetics in that one then?
Mm-hmm. How have we amplified our social media?
You amplify it. Well, I think one of the things, well, maybe if I speak to some of the common objections, it's like we are here, and our movement is to help women create online businesses that they love, right? And they're like, well, I want to do that. Do I need social media? Is often the question. Do I need to do social media? Yes. Yes, you do. So it's about what fear is it that you're holding on to? What beliefs, what limiting beliefs are you holding on to that are stopping you from coming into this? Because social media is a skill, just like anything. It's a skill that you can learn and that you can do and embrace. And it's often just about working with in terms of the strategies. This is what you do. This is how you do it. This is when you do it. And then working with me and going through, right, what shit do I need to clear up here? What am I worried about? The judgments, the fears, the how I look, all of this. And we move through both. And it's, yes, if this is what you want to do, you've got to just get confident in coming up and showing up on social media. If you want to grow an online business, this is your window. This is your way that people are seeing you. You've got this beautiful brand and this beautiful movement, but if nobody knows about it, how on earth are they going to be part of your movement? How on earth are you going to fulfill your mission? So yes, how did we turn up the heat? We amplified our brand. We got so confident about it. And then we came on and we did what we do well, which is showcase it. You're showcasing it to the world.
Yeah. And I think the other really key part of this was the commitment that we made to social media. We really fueled that fire. Like, we showed up consistently. We launched the Limitless Brunch and we showed up for that Fridays at 11:30. And we've also done additional bonus series over time. I did my 7-minute strategy with Ali did her alignment with Ali on a Monday. We run free monthly masterclasses to support the women in our world. So we are so committed to delivering on this mission and this message on our social media, not just inside of our paid programs and services, but we want this place, this group, to be somewhere where women can come and feel incredibly supported. They can learn, they can grow, they can be in our sisterhood, and they can be a part of that with us and come with us on the journey that we're on.
Yeah.
So that was a big part of it.
One, I think it was Helen who actually said it was like a TV channel. I can just tune in and I can watch whatever I need to watch. And I think if you can see it in that way, when you shift your energy from making it all about yourself, oh, I don't want anybody to see me without makeup on social media, and you be in service. I've got a message to share with people today, and I'm in my pajamas and I've got crazy hair, but people need to know what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and I'm going to share it. When you move from being about yourself to being in service to helping others, whatever your business is all about, your energy shifts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you can start to work with social media to create your business. Because ultimately that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about moving your business from 0 to 6 figures. And this is a really key part of that.
Yeah, I think to summarize that, like our social media became us in service of our mission and of sharing.
Social media became us in service to our mission. Yeah, so become in service to your mission through social media.
Yeah. Okay.
3M.
So number 3 is around conscious creation. When I say conscious, obviously conscious is a word that's really important to us, because Limitless CEO, like we're redefining what CEO is. And for us, CEO is a consciously evolving owner, not a chief executive officer. So the conscious part of what we do is really, really important to us. And this is about how intentional and purpose-driven we are with everything that we do. So we map out our year. We have a plan. We know what it is that we desire to create and birth into our business. Like we could tell you that for the rest of this year. And that doesn't mean that we're inflexible, because a plan is always movable and we can bring new things into it. But we have an intention. We set an intention at the beginning of the year. We set an intention at the beginning of every month, of every week, of every day. Like that's how intentional we are. So when we're coming into our social media and we've got our social media strategy, it's not just posting willy-nilly. There is a purpose to it. Like we know that, like if we are in a phase of our business where like this is what we're all about right now, this is what we are focusing on in our business, then everything we do is going to be with intention for that particular outcome. Our social media will be intentional for that. Our program creation behind the scenes will be for that. Everything, our business development, like we're going to be focused on what we're doing, and we're going to put everything behind that, our energy, our resources, everything is going to be intentional. We're not leaving this to chance and hoping to hit 6 figures. We've almost like reverse engineered that to an extent.
And be intentional. Coming on to my piece now. How do you amplify it? How do you bring the intention to who you're being? So Em's talked about what you do, who you're being. You bring intentionality to who you are. So this, and I go back to what my husband said to me, Ali, you've got a really expensive hobby here. Have you got an expensive hobby, or are you going to make 6 figures? And this is the shift from, oh, I'm just going to play with this, to I'm fucking owning this. I am the boss. I am the CEO. I've got intention. These are my hours. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm dressing. This is how I'm speaking. If you show up as a business of one, even if you've got no clients, you show up in the energy of, I've got a business and I mean business, you'll get business. It's really quite that simple. Whereas if you're just like, oh, well, yeah, I've got a business, but you're not actually there for it, people are coming to you because they want to be held. They want to feel led by you, held by you. So you've got to be that person. Who do you need to be in order to attract the business, the clients, the custom to you?
And here's the thing. You have to be that person before you really are. Do you know what I mean? Like we set intention and came into everything we did in the business as multiple 6-figure business owners from the day that we started this business, from the first time we ever went live together in that free masterclass at the beginning of April last year. Like we did everything from a place of we already are where we are today. Does that make sense? So we acted in accordance of where we were going to be, not where we were.
Yeah.
And we continue to do that. When we show up today, we don't show up as a multiple 6-figure business owner anymore. We're showing up in our business now and taking steps as a 7-figure business owner, because that's the embodiment that's going to get us to the next step.
Yeah. So some of you may have heard the fake it till you make it phrase. It's not something we live by. This isn't about faking it. That's false. Right. This is about acting as if. I'm acting as if I'm in alignment with something I desire, as if I already had it now.
Yeah. From my decisions, like the way that I show up, my decision making. This isn't coming in and pretending that you've got something you haven't. This is about being that person, like that version of you that you will be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I always recall, if I can go back to some of my old days in corporate, I remember like going up the corporate ladder, so to speak. And it was always like, you will get the next promotion when you're acting at that next level. It's no different here.
Yeah.
It's no different in entrepreneurship, in building businesses. You show up as a CEO of whatever kind of business that you want to have, it will come. And by the time it's come, you're already acting at the next level. It's a meeting.
Yeah, your income is only ever going to be catching up with your intentionality. 100%.
That's the energetics of this piece.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Intentionality. Such an important part of what we did and how we created this. Number 4.
Number 4 is that we have scalable services. Okay, we have created a scalable business model, and I think this is really important one to get your head around, because I think if you're in a place right now where you're only doing, say, private coaching and that's your business model, or you're just maybe have one program going, in order to scale your business, that's going to be quite tricky to do, because you're going to be restricted in your capacity with private coaching. You can only take on so many private coaching clients before you then become fully booked. If you only have one program, you're restricting your scalability, because maybe you don't have something that's a good fit for more people, for instance. So what we actually created was, and we've got a model for this, it's called the Well-Balanced Business Matrix. So the ladies that were on the retreat, we've already shared this with you. But we created a system, like a model that not only allows us to hit our income goals as a business, and those income goals are recurring revenue, passive revenue, and overflow revenue. So we need to have all 3 of those things, but also a model that allows us to meet the desires of our clients and meet them at the investment where they feel supported at that level. And we wanted to be able to provide a business model that allowed people to come in and try things on with us, but also to come in and learn, specific skills. Like, we've got marketing mastery programs that focus on a specific area of your business, if that's all you desire to focus on. And then we've also got exclusive offers that are all inclusive, all encompassing, our private coaching, our masterminds, our retreats. Like, we've got a model that serves our ladies at every level. There is something for everybody, but it also meets our growth and scalability goals as well. And this is really important, that you have a model that can grow, that can scale limitlessly. Like we literally have no limit on how big this business can go, because of the way that we've set it up in the first place.
And that's the energetics that you bring in. So if we're talking about the amplification of it, it's about that feeling of, oh my God, this is limitless. The sky is the limit. There is no cap on the number of people that I can help, serve, support. So if you're thinking trading time for money, often that's what can limit you, is this like, I only have a limited amount of time. I only have a limited amount of resource. But when you start to build out your business in this way, you become free, because you know that you've got enough places to hold however much you can energetically hold. And that is liberating. So scalable is something really, really important in your business if you want to grow to those 6 figures. We've just been asked, Victoria, I'm just seeing your question. Is the Matrix model available to download? No, this is going to be part of a paid program in Freedom Coach, which we'll come on to talk about next week. I think the actual Freedom Coach Day is going to be happening on the 7th of June. Is that right, Em? So just
Freedom Coach is
talking about it. We haven't launched it. If you want to know a bit more, please just keep your eyes open and eyes peeled. We're going to be starting to talk about it next week. It's really, really exciting, but we will be going into incredible detail on how you can use the Well-Balanced Business Matrix, as well as a few other models that we've talked about today, but we'll be going deep into those and how you can apply those to your business as of next week, but it's not downloadable, no. because this is what's going to get you to the 6 figures.
All right, ladies. Sorry.
Number 5.
Number 5. Thank you. Keeping me on track. Number 5 is a sales and launch strategy. Okay. If you've taken Fully Booked with us, then you will know that we have actually created our own sales and launch sequence that feels really good for us, because when we first came into business, sales felt like made us want to cringe. Our belief was we're not salespeople. So we had to find a way of getting behind sales in order to make sure that we weren't just showing up on social media and giving everything away for free, but also creating profitability in the business as well. So we have redefined our version of sales into an incredible customer shopping experience. That's one thing that we've done. But we've also got a really soulful launch sequence that we've developed. It's called the ABC launch sequence. I think I talked about it in the Sell Masterclass, which you can also find inside of this community. That's a free masterclass that we ran a couple of weeks ago. So if you're interested in the sales and launch piece, go and have a look at that masterclass. But we needed a system, like a process that we could follow that would make us feel supported in every single launch, that would make us feel like we could follow through all the way to the end without losing our confidence, our energy, our belief in what we were doing. And this is it. This is what we've designed. So we've got our very own system for launch and sales, which has been serving us very well and has been responsible for selling out a number of programs over the last 12 months.
And also, so let's talk about the energetics in terms of sales. This is so important, the energetics of sales, because how many people hate to sell? So this is about learning, again, the skill of selling so that you understand how you can fall in love with sales. And I love one of our private clients who just left us a message this morning. She's like, oh my God, I'm just falling in love with sales. And this is how I felt when I first came to work with them. I was like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't know how to sell. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to brag about myself. But you're in business and you've got to learn how to talk about your offers. You've got to learn to give people opportunities to come and buy from you. This is about a huge reframe in how you can do this. And the Fully Booked program is incredible for teaching you how you can fall in love with selling your offers. And alongside M's ABCD strategy, ABCDEF or whatever, however many numbers, that's the steps that we take. We also have the energetic strategy that goes alongside it, which is called the ACE strategy. It's how do you hold that energy throughout the whole piece, throughout the whole program of sales? How do you hold it and how do you ace your launch sales strategy? So if you're really interested and you really feel like you need some support there, Fully Booked is the program for you. And as Em said, you can go back and watch the Sell Masterclass, which is a really, really good introduction to that by going to find it in the guide section.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the 6th strategy then is lead generation, audience growth, and automation. Okay. So growing your audience and being able to reach people outside of your existing network, your family and your friends, is really the bloodline to your business. Because if you're not constantly reaching new people and bringing new people into your world, then your business is going to stagnate. So in order to be growing, you need to have lead generation strategies. And there's a number of different strategies that we've tried on over the last 12 months. Some have worked better than others, but we've been very dedicated and committed to, on a weekly basis, we spend time in business development. We call it seeds and leads. Like we plant seeds and we generate leads. And that's what we dedicate ourselves to doing on a weekly basis. And this has been part of the growth as well, is understanding which strategies work for us, which don't work for us as well. And which ones do we want to stick with and invest in as well. And we've got lead generation funnels in place, which support us with that as well. So this is where the automation piece comes in as well. Like we want to be able to show up and do the things that we do best. We want to be able to be there for our clients, to deliver our services. And so it's important that we have got systems in place that are continuously attracting new people and growing our audience. so that we can just come in and do the things that we love to do and be in service.
So there's the energy piece right there. It's about having these systems and structures in place so that you feel supported. So that you're not feeling like you're constantly having to do all the time. It's about building these foundations up slowly over time. If you're in business for a lifetime, it doesn't all have to be done in this moment right now. It's about building, creating slowly over time so that you feel supported over time. And the other piece I wanted to mention in and around here, oh, now it's gone out of my head. What did I want to say here? Oh, I know, it was about numbers. There are so many people who come in to work with us and they're like, but what about the numbers? My audience isn't growing. I've only got 100 people watching. It's not about the numbers. It's about the quality of the engagement that you have with the people that you've got. Love the people that are in your communities that are following you. Love them, love them, love them. Nurture them, water them, help them, adore them, give them what they need, but also be out there looking for more growth. It's not about either or, it's about both. And also when you're getting too hung up on numbers, just stop, because it's not about the numbers that's going to take you to that 6 figures. We got to our first 6 figures with only 30 people buying from us. You don't need the tens of thousands. You don't need the blue stickers. You don't need thousands and thousands and thousands of people on your email list or following you. You just need a few people who are loyal to your brand, who are loyal to you, who will refer you, who will talk about you, and who will love from you and repeat buy from you. And then that's why we go all the way back round to the beginning of the framework, which is why your brand is so important, which is why you're showing up on social media to tell them what you're doing. You go back round the wheel and you go again and you go again, and you make it about service all the way through.
Yeah. So hopefully you can see how these pieces all come together, but there's also one really fundamental piece at the center of all this. I'm going to hand over to Ali, because this is Ali's magic.
So we've talked about and touched on the energy piece in every single element of the framework that goes around the wheel, and it's the energetics that happens, the magic inside the core. It's the heartbeat of your business. It's the passion, it's the fuel that radiates out into all those other pieces of it. And as Em was talking right at the beginning, I was trying to think of an example, but she talked about when she came in to create this blueprint, it was like the blueprint of creating a house. And it's often our thoughts, our minds, our limiting beliefs, our energy that pulls us out from building this house. So the example that popped into my mind was like, for example, you're building a house, right? And you're starting to climb up a ladder because you've got to put something on the top of the roof, and something pulls you off. It's like, oh no, I can't go up there, it's too high. Oh no, I might go up there, I might fall down. Or you might have people hanging onto the bottom of your legs going, don't do that, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that. It's how do you keep going up that ladder when everything else is pulling you out? Your husbands, your kids, your life, the economy, everything will try and pull you off that ladder. And you yourself will stop you from going up, because you'll be thinking about all of the things that can go wrong. The energetics piece at the heart of this is going to keep you going. And that is where the true core work happens. Yes, you go round and round the wheel, but it's the heart of the work that you do is the energetics piece to keep you going round and round and round.
Yeah, this is like, I feel like it's the soul of the house, of the home. This is where the house becomes a home, isn't it? Like the house is in the framework and the structure and the strategies, but what you fill that with, like how you create your brand, how you do your social media, how you design your scalable services, like that's like the pieces of you that you put into this framework. And that's what we teach women to do. It's not just understanding the concepts, but how you integrate and make it your own and bring that authenticity into your business so that you're not the same as the other person that's doing a similar thing to you. You know, this is the equivalent of like, you know, the interior design, like bringing in your own colors, your own fabrics, your own flair and design and style and values and all the things that make a home. This is exactly what we do with the energetics in business, as we turn that structure of a house into a place where you want to live and be and love and laugh and be passionate and all of those things.
I think you've just said it there. It's like it is bringing the soul into business, and I think if we equate that to a house, we've all been into like those new homes that are completely soulless. They look perfect. They've ticked every box. They've got the coffee pot going. They've got the fire crackling. You know, you've got all the family photographs looked, but you're just like, yeah, oh my God, it's soulless in here. You've got to put the soul into the heart of your business. And that is literally it. It's the heart. You put your heart and your soul in your business, and that's what creates the magic. That's what's going to get you to the 6 figures. It honestly, it is. You can do all of this stuff, and this is what happened with it's the framework. We do it. Put your heart, your mind, your body, your soul into all of it, and you love it. That's what's going to take you to the 6 figures. That's what's going to take you to the next level. So if you're not loving what you're doing, find a way to love it, or just change it completely to find a way that you do love it.
Yeah.
And then go round again.
Yeah. And just add more fuel to that fire, like make every part of that burn brighter, and like amplify every part of that. Because these are going to be the same strategies that are going to take us to 7 figures and beyond. We're not going to change the strategy, but we're going to amplify it in so many ways.
Yeah. So ladies, I hope that has massively helped you answer. Have we answered the question how? This is how we got to 6 figures. We've touched on a few programs. So what I would really urge you to do is just to go back and reflect on each of those 7 points and just say, okay, what's missing in my business right now? Is it the brand? Is it the social media? Is it the intentionality? And now I have to look. Is it the scalable services? Is it the ability to sell? Is it the automation and lead gen? Is it the energetics? Which pieces do I need to get to work on in order to get myself to the next level, to the 6 figures piece?
Yeah. And you probably have an idea already, in fact.
Yeah,
like, if you want to share that with us in the comments, like feel free. If there's something that jumped out and you thought,
yeah,
I know that happened for Ali when I first sent her this blueprint. She came back and was like, I'm
missing a lot.
Here to have some gaps.
It's have a lot of gaps. So if you've got that kind of like recognition, then we've got ways in which you can plug those gaps. And really, really briefly, I'm not going to go into a big long pitch, but feel free to connect with us or share with us below, and we can come back and answer the comments. But if the branding piece is missing, curator and creator, go and search for that inside this group. You'll find links, you'll find information. If you can't find it and want more, please ask us. Socially Savvy is our social media program. Once again, there's loads, do a search. There's loads of information here in this group. Go find it. If you want it, ask for it. Sales. If you hate selling, if you don't feel like you're selling, if you're not selling anything, no one's buying, Fully Booked is the program for you. Once again, go search, go look, or come and ask. If you are looking to create those scalable services, then we're about to launch Freedom Coach next week. So start watching, start listening. If you want more information on it now, you're ready to jump in, you don't really care, you just want it, okay, come ask for it. We'll give you the link. You can come and join us.
You want that 6-figure matrix, Victoria? That's one for you.
Yeah, it's on pre-sale at the moment at 444. It will be going up to 555 as we start launching it properly. So if you want it, come ask for it. You've got it. If you feel like me, when I first started hearing about all of these lovely framework pieces, I was like, yeah, I've got gaps all over the shop. I need it all. You can either buy all of those programs as a bundle, as the Well Balanced Business Experience, or you might be a bit more like me and you might, what's the word I'm trying to look for? It's just like, yeah, I want it to be all about me. I was like, I want it to be about me and I want you to help me take me through this. Then we also have private coaching packages. And at the moment we have one more space left on Total Immersion, which is basically our all-encompassing VIP top flight experience. You get duo coaching with the 2 of us, you get private coaching with us individually, you get group coaching as part of our Inner Circle Mastermind, you get Voxer coaching as part of your pocket, us in your pocket basically through an app. So anytime you have a question, you jump on in and ask us. And then you also get access to all of the programs that we have. So you are basically totally immersed in us, in being a limitless CEO. We've got one space left at our current price, which is £2,555 per calendar month. If you want that, please do drop us an email, please comment, whatever, get in touch with us if you want that one. It will be going up once that space is gone. It will be going up to £3,333 per calendar month. And then we're going up and up and up and up only basically. So if you want that private top flight coaching experience to really ignite that fire inside your business, to give your soul, if you give your business soul, if you want to give it welly, if you want to go for it, if you are now in that mindset of, I've got to stop pissing about with this as a hobby, I need to make some money and I want to make it work, I want to prove it to myself, then I would say Total Immersion is the place to go, because that's exactly what I did with them.
Yeah, it's basically like recruiting your own business architect to come in and draw up all your plans and help you with all the framework, and also get your own business interior designer that's going to come in and help you put soul into your home. That's basically it. That's the 2-to-1 experience. So yeah, ladies, I hope that's been really helpful for you today. Let us obviously jump into our inbox if there's any questions that you've got on any of this or anything that you're interested in learning more about. Our inboxes are always open to you. Yep. So yeah, and keep watching this space because we've got some incredible things coming up in the next couple of weeks.
I'm just going to put this on my head because there's also going to be a bit of this.
Oh yes.
Ooh, for those of you who are not in the UK.
What might we be up to? What's coming up? Your Majesty.
Oh, Your Majesty, I'm just putting my crown on my head. I'm feeling incredibly powerful. I am the queen of my
We've got something very top secret and oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, ladies.
You're not going to want to miss this one.
You are not going to want to miss this one. Right. Love you all. Thank you so much for being with us, whether you're watching us live, whether you're watching us on replay, and we are going to see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Bye for now.